Hello and welcome to Clavy News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Imefonu Kun. A fresh round of controversy has hit the People's Democratic Party (PDP) following their reported disqualification of former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido from purchasing their nomination form to contest for the position of national chairman of the party. According to reports from within the party, Lamido was denied the opportunity to obtain the form based on alleged internal considerations by the screening committee, sparking concerns over fairness, internal democracy, and respect for founding members. Clearview News correspondent has the details.
Under the PDP constitution, as amended in 2017, a member can be disqualified from contesting for any party office if he or she is not a registered and financially up-to-date member of the party, or if the member has a pending disciplinary case or has been found guilty of anti-party activities. A member could also be disqualified if he fails to meet the stipulated age, moral, or integrity standards, or has not been an active member of the party for the required minimum period before the election. However, report indicates that Lamido insists that he meets all constitutional requirements and has not committed any infraction that warrant disqualification. Although Lamido has threatened to take legal action against the party, the question is whether the decision was politically motivated or aimed at sidelining certain influential figures within the PDP.
I went to the office of the national of which is normally the office where the forms are normally sold, and the office was locked by, I don't know, it was officially locked, because of his own position. So I met him with the secretary of the party, Atiwa. I said, look, I'm here to buy the form. All of them said, they have no idea where the forms are.
You are unable to get the form. What is your next line of action?
If I don't get the form, I'll go to court.
Meanwhile, the PDP National Secretary, Senator Sanwo-Olu, and the National Organizing Secretary, Umar Bature, claim they had no information regarding the availability of the forms for the chairmanship position in the November 15 and 16 National Convention.
I'm not aware of any form that has been printed or sold. I'm not aware. And nobody has told me how many forms have been printed or how many forms have been sold. So really I'm not aware of anything, to be honest with you.
I also want to run because I have entitled to run for a second term. Yeah. So, but unfortunately I've not seen the form. Nobody is even aware of the form. I've not even seen any aspirant. I don't know if it's any aspirant.
According to the PDP timetable for the 2025 elective convention, the purchase of nomination form ended last month. At the news of the PDP Convention Committee Media Center, spokesperson of the consensus chairmanship candidate, Umar Sani, reacted to Sule Lamido's remarks.
Today is not a day for selling of forms. Today is the day for submission of forms. So if Sule Lamido went to Wadata looking for forms, he went on the wrong date.
We have adopted a consensus candidate.
Born on 30th August 1948, Sule Lamido is a Nigerian politician who served as the governor of Jigawa State from 2007 to 2015. He previously served as the Foreign Affairs Minister of Nigeria from 1999 to 2003 and a member of the People's Democratic Party. Lamido, one of the 38 founding members of the PDP, is widely respected for his role in shaping their party's early vision of democracy and national unity. His supporters argued that if loyalty and commitment were the key criteria, he should have been among the first considered for leadership, not denied participation. The incident has reignited concerns that some party members may be sponsored by external forces to deepen internal divisions and weaken the PDP ahead of future elections. Others, however, believe the development reflects ongoing power struggles within the party's leadership hierarchy. As debates continue, many observers are calling for transparency and adherence to due process, warning that alienating founding members like Lamido could further erode trust and unity within the PDP.
The Emir of Kano State and former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Muhammadu Sanusi II, has warned ministers and presidential aides against turning themselves into press singers rather than giving the president honest advice that can save the nation's economy. Sanusi gave the charge on Monday in Abuja at the Oxford Global Think Tank Leadership Conference and Book Launch, where he and Atedo Peter Side dissected Nigeria's economic policies, governance and challenges. Speaking on the need for integrity and courage in public service, Sanusi lamented that Nigeria's leadership crisis is worsened by sycophancy, and those who tell the truth are often branded enemies of the government. He condemned the growing culture of excessive praise for political leaders during official functions, warning that it stifles honest feedback and good governance. The Edo State chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Jared Tenebe, has issued a stern warning that any commissioner who flouts Governor Monday Okpeholo's directive to wear the Asiwaju cap to state executive council meetings will face suspension from the party. Recall that Governor Okpeholo had on October 14, while swearing in newly cleared commissioners and inaugurating boards and commissions, directed all cabinet members to demonstrate loyalty to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by appearing in branded party outfits, including the symbolic Asiwaju cap. Addressing reporters on the matter, Tenebe described disobedience to the governor's order as a serious act of defiance against party authority and discipline. The APC chairman maintained that the governor's instruction was not optional, but a clear demonstration of loyalty to both the party and its leader, President Tinubu. Tenebe linked the cap directive to a broader political strategy by the state chapter of the APC to guarantee massive electoral support for President Tinubu. A Plateau-based Christian cleric, Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo, has raised alarm over alleged death threats following a series of viral videos in which he claimed that a genocide is being carried out against Christians in Nigeria. The evangelist says his life is now in danger for speaking out. Let's join Clevius Gloriata for the details.
It all began with a series of viral videos circulating on social media where prominent Plateau-based Christian cleric Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo called out the federal government and security agencies, accusing them of turning a blind eye to what he described as systemic killings of Christians in parts of northern Nigeria. Reverend Dachomo, who is the regional chairman of the Church of Christ in Nations, Kokin in Berkin-Ladi, had on October 15th stirred reactions during a mass burial he conducted for 13 people who were killed in an attack carried out by suspected Fulani militants in Rachas village of Haipang district and Rawuru village in Fan district, both in the council. During the burial, Reverend Dachomo in a live video accused the Fulani of carrying out the killing, insisting the act was an orchestrated plan to wipe out the Christian community in Plateau as well as northern Nigeria. The Plateau-based preacher, in a recent video posted online, says his outspoken stance has drawn threats to his life.
I've already told my family, my members, if they kidnap me, nobody should contribute 1 kobo. My grave will speak. My blood will raise war that will lead to Christian liberation. That day is coming. I'm just waiting for them. Even I will tell them, please kill me quickly. Because nobody will bring kobo. And if they call home, they will tell them our daddy covenant last will that we should never pay a kobo. Please kill him. because my blood will be useful while I'm in the grave. It will fight to finish him.
Religious tensions have remained high in parts of the Middle Belt, where recurring clashes between herders and farming communities have left hundreds dead and thousands displaced. With the viral video sparking both support and controversy, observers say the allegations highlight Nigeria's deepening concerns over ethno-religious violence and the need for urgent peace-building efforts. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.
In Cameroon, history repeats itself as 92-year-old President Paul Biya secures another 7-year term in office. This victory means that by the time his new tenure ends, Biya will be 100 years old, making him one of the oldest serving leaders in the world.
Paul Biya, who has ruled Cameroon since 1982, remains a towering figure in Central African politics. However, his continued stay in power has reignited fierce debate about leadership succession and the role of youth in African governance. Critics say Biya's re-election symbolizes Africa's wider struggle with political renewal, a struggle that mirrors similar cases in other nations. One of such is Moses Ali, the elderly Ugandan politician who, despite being in a wheelchair and reportedly wearing diapers, still contested for prime minister and lost due to a public outcry.
I don't think there is hope and future for a Cameroonian child or Cameroonian children, because they will not understand what leadership is all about, because they will be seeing it in a prism of one man being the president for a very long time. So I would think if as an African, I will support a tenure, maybe 6 years of one tenure, and for once 6 years you are done and you leave the space for another bright mind, another chap to get into power, to bring his own quota. Yeah, they said one man is a man is not an island, or one man is not an island. But in this situation, I think Paul Biya has overstayed. He has overstayed his welcome. For the life of the young people there, I think it is time for him to just exit the scene.
But the truth must be told, that Africa is gradually losing it. And I must tell you that again, you might want to come from the angle of what is the youth? What are they doing? What are they looking at? But some of the youth around Paul Biya would prefer Paul Biya to be there because they know they won't have access to the place. The only way they can have access to the place is by allowing Paul Biya to be there, so that they can also have a piece of the national cake. It's on Africa, because we expect, our elderly ones to get there, leave the stage, and the younger ones come. That's Africa. But if you are looking at it from the family value point of view, the father wants to leave the stage for his child to set in. But because of greed, because of the fact that we have lost the family value, I don't know how the wife, the children of Paul Biya, I don't know how they sleep at night. Looking at the father, because he's not even the one calling the shots. It's people around the cabals are the ones calling the shots. And it's so, I don't see youth doing something. Even the youth, are we even ready to take the stage? Are we even prepared yet? Do you have the wherewithal? Do you have what it takes? Because it goes beyond, we want power, we want to get it done. But do you have the capacity?
However, some analysts disagree, arguing that Africa's youth are not yet fully prepared to take the reins, citing gaps in experience, political unity, and institutional support.
Yes, power is not serve a la carte. But youth, we have the number. Everything is not about the money. Look at 2023. Yes, we all said that Obi didn't have structure. Yes, he didn't have structure. But see the surprises that he pulled. He won 12 states. He won Lagos. He won Federal Capital Territory without having structure. But the youth said no. that this is the man we wanted. And if the youth can come together, say, this is what we want to do. But if I come out today that I want to be a councillor, are you going to vote for me? Because you ask me, what do I bring to the table? You want something now, but you don't want to care whether I have understanding, I have the vigor, I have the tenacity to get something done. You will be asking me, what do I want to give you? So it's not just about the money, it's about, are we ready? Can we come together? And that's what we need to do. It's not about the money first. It's about we coming together. Look at how many men come out to vote. It's women. But how many women support women? How many women? Look at the Mama Sarah Jubril. The last time she contested, she only had a vote. And it's only a vote. And we had many women there. So until we look at it and say we are ready, we can move.
Whether it's Bia in Cameroon or Ali in Uganda, the message is clear. The generation gap in leadership remains a deep fault line, and until these concerns are addressed, the cycle of frustration, protest, and power struggles may continue.
Former Malian Prime Minister Moussa Mara has been sentenced to 1 year in prison by a Bamako court following a controversial social media post in support of political prisoners. The ruling, delivered on Monday, October 27, by the National Cybercrime Center Court, also includes a 1 year suspended sentence and a fine of 500 CFA francs. According to AFP, Mara, who served as Prime Minister from 2014 to 2015, was convicted of undermining the credibility of the state and opposing legitimate authority. The charges stemmed from a July post in which he claimed to have met with political prisoners and pledged to pursue justice on their behalf. He has been held in custody since August 1st. During the sentencing, Mara reportedly remained impassive as the verdict was read, according to an AFP journalist present in the courtroom. Prosecutors had sought a harsher penalty, requesting a 24-month prison term. However, the court opted for a split sentence, combining incarceration with a suspended term. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clavy News Desk, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clavy Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Imefono Okon.